We're live.
Good afternoon, everyone.
A lot of people in here. Let's see. I came in straight from cutting trees and stacking brush, just wringing with sweat, just sat down, go. Let's see here. Unfinished project is here. Lars. Very cool. We got the wrenches and axes in the house. Pure Pontiac garage. Bad Tree Blake says heathens are at headquarters ready to watch.
Nice.
I know they've been putting transmission in the duster, getting all the good cope stuff back in that car. NSB, Buff is here. This Riley's Junkyard and Petting Zoo character.
Hey, who's that guy?
I know. Well, anybody in here. Here's the link to Riley's Junkyard and Petting Zoo. So, guys, we're actually on course to have the best graduation rate from the No Name 500 this year. We usually average about 70%, and this year it looks like we're going to beat that. And so Riley's in the lead. I want you guys keep us tabs on how the subs are going. He was at 466 when I put this live thumbnail up. So
yeah, I will say those the shorts for a month definitely did a lot, especially near the end. I probably got 60 on the last 3 to 4 shorts.
Yep. Makes all the difference in the world. You know, Lars and I were talking yesterday. There's a strong correlation between people who don't quit and people who make it. Dust Devil Garage is here. Whenever he comes in and says, what up, I always think of Darnell Hayes from Black Jeopardy on Saturday Night Live. That's the way he starts that show.
Do we want to say we have a special guest coming in later?
Oh, we might. We got somebody hiding back there.
Fashionably late, like always.
We got somebody hiding back there. You never want to tell them exactly what they're getting, because then they'll calculate whether or not they can skip it.
Oh.
Colleen is here. Big Mike.
Do we want to put a count in the bottom?
What's that?
Do we want to put the sub count in the bottom?
They'll let us know in the chat. They'll always keep track. Useful Entertainment is here. He's here to rib you and fire missiles into your hull and ridicule you while you're easy prey there.
John, how many subs are you at now?
I'm almost 2,700.
Okay. I'd like to thank Marty just because his channel kind of inspired me to push my channel.
Yeah.
I put stuff up every now and then for years, but I think it's been a year and like 2 months, 3 months is when I started like consistently uploading stuff.
Yeah, it better be somebody good. 468. So you're up 2 from yesterday. This is the part where we ask the folks in the chat to share this out. If you've not yet been to Riley's Junkyard and Petting Zoo, first of all, for that name alone, you have to.
It's such a good name.
When I saw that name register, I didn't know whether to scream with laughter or do this or what. But that's a good name.
It used to be The Life of Riley.
Okay.
Which is a reference to the old Jackie Gleason TV show. But now it's the Junkyard and Petting Zoo for specifically. Can I share my screen?
I guess. Can you?
Yeah, well, I can share it, but I think you got to upload it. But
yeah, there it is.
But specifically for stuff like this. The birds, the cars, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's cool stuff. And I enjoy seeing the No Name 500 guy. It's fun to have a little party and get the 500. Twisted Dennis is here. RC Industry. Yeah, if you guys have not already checked out Riley's Junkyard and Petting Zoo, and as you can see, you've got your Pontiac and you've got some geese or whatever.
A goose, the chicken. I got chickens. I got the ducks. I got a turkey.
Does that barrel hold water, or does it have bullet holes in it?
No, that's not the one we were shooting at.
Okay, I've got a mixture. Some of mine do, some of mine don't.
I got that one's going to be a trash barrel. I got another one in one of my shorts I shoot in a shotgun. That one's full of pellets. No holes through it, just pellets splattered into it.
I was telling Lars, I was in a rifle training class a few years back, and a fellow he put his barrel, an AR barrel, on top of one of those, but he didn't have it completely clear. His sight was clear, but the barrel on an AR is 2.5 inches below the sight. So when he pressed off a round, he sent the bullet skimming across the edge of the barrel, and it traveled in the sidewall a few inches and stopped.
I saw a video exactly like that. Except the guy was shooting a truck across his truck hood.
Ah, yeah, that could happen. That could happen. That could happen.
Oh, what? There's the birds.
I'm gonna leave it to you guys to report and tell us how many subs out we are. We did it from a little farther than normal. Normally we try to go from 475, but I figure Riley's got some really good momentum on his side. We're not doing this at a really weird time. We're doing it at a pretty normal evening hour. So I think we can do it from 34 subs out. And Dust Devil's correct. Blue barrels don't make good burn barrels.
No, they don't.
Let's chum the water good and see how much progress we can make before we have special guests come in and ridicule Riley and crack the whip.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah. Chris probably coming in. Chris will be in here eventually.
Now,
in the comments.
Speaking of Chris, engine like Chris is running second in the No Name 500.
Oh yeah.
Yep. So he will be the leader when you cross the finish line. You're 468, 469.
That was the thing is I was hoping I was behind him not that long ago.
Yeah.
Before the shorts kind of picked up. And I was like, and then I contacted you about it. I was like, hey, you gonna do another stream to boost subscribers? And you're like, oh, maybe one more. I'm like, oh great, I gotta beat this. I gotta beat this engine like guy.
If you get to 475, it's pretty much just a fun party to get the last 5%, right?
Yeah,
that's kind of how we look at it.
They're putting up another tab.
But Lars says you're at 470.
This is what I've been working on the Skylark. I've been putting a couple of videos out of this. But this is... Are
you rhino lining that?
It's not rhino liner, but it is Bedliner.
Nice.
So I saw this idea in York, PA, when they had the Street Rod show. This guy had this really nice 70 Chevelle, red, black stripes, and had a vinyl top on it. And me and my buddy Mike were walking up to it, and it looked off. And we get real close to it, like touching the car. I'm like, that's Bedliner. Like, I couldn't tell until we got right up to it that it was Bedliner. So I'm like, that's perfect. I'm like, because I don't want to do a vinyl top on the Skylark because the roof's already torched. Like,
that's interesting.
You
never thought about doing it like that. Bad Tree is asking, what are you going to do to earn our 3 subs? So tell Bad Tree Blake why they should subscribe to you.
Oh God. Badger, do you like GM big block Chevys? I have a Trans Am, and I have animals.
I must say, Blake, a big block Chevy, if you're going to go Chevrolet, that's better than an LS or a small block.
Yep.
I'll give you that. Okay, that's a no for Blake. You're at 473.
Oh, you dick.
And you can keep working on Blake. Those guys are cool. Let me tell you, you're not cool till you've pulled a boat out of the water at the boat ramp with a 73 crew cab Dart with a tunnel ram. I saw that. That is so freaking cool.
How about you're not cool until you leave your house with 1 motor and come back with 2? And
okay, yeah, that's pretty cool. I give you a lot of credit for that.
And a set of wheels.
Riley's going to bring chickens and ducks for everybody at No Name.
Oh, that's a good idea. I need to get a couple cages then. Actually, tomorrow I am going and getting more geese.
Okay, if you have a Chevy in the Trans Am, no sub from Thumper.
Trans Am, no, the Trans Am has a Poncho 455 AK and engine. Yes.
Now, Buff says that the Bedliner won't rust underneath. JB says a headstand. So do a headstand is or doing a burnout would earn a sub from Blake. These guys swing for the fences.
I can barely stand as it is. Here's a picture I was looking for. This is what the roof used to look like before. It was all.
Ooh, it's pitted pretty good.
Well, this is the paint. The guy I got it from painted it, and this is all the Bondo and paint bubbling up underneath.
Mm.
And then this is what we peeled off. And so that's why we bedlinered it, because the vinyl top wasn't ever going to look good with all that pitting underneath.
I can see that.
It's just easier. And what we've been doing is, in the first picture I showed you guys, the top was very rough. Like, we rolled it on. So what happens is when you roll it, it pushes the bedliner paint to the middle of the roof, and it kind of clumps up there. So what my dad's been doing, he's taken a wood rasp, which is like it's kind of like a cheese grater looking thing, it's super rough, looks like snakeskin, and it works like a cheese grater by just skimming all the high spots really roughly off, and it actually looks very close to what it should be.
Cool. Excellent.
Where am I at, guys?
Yeah, where is he?
473. I got 5 so far.
Lars puts up the link. The link is also pinned on the top in YouTube. Lars says, again, 473. I just shut the YouTube browser down. Dizzy says, already subbed, but good luck.
Mm-hmm.
Good evening, sir. Kim says you can hardly notice the rust.
Yeah, and we spent a lot of time putting more skim coating more Bondo on. It's all in my videos, but we skim coated the Bondo and then sanded it down and then skim coated it more. Probably put 3 or 4 different passes of Bondo over it to make it all nice and smooth.
Guys in the chat, make sure to share this out. Community posts, other social media. Let your friends know if they're not already seen Riley's Junkyard and Petting Zoo, to go check it out. And if you earned your sub, subscribe. I always say that because these guys, they do good stuff and they earn their subs. And so we're here to help them get exposure and help people get familiar with them and have a good time together as a community. But at the same time, they earn their subs. There's no asterisk by it when they get it. Levi is here. All right.
Yeah,
we're gonna put some nitrous on this. We're gonna bring in the big guns.
Big guns.
That's it.
What's happening?
I'm gonna be back in a second, Marty. You talk.
Hey, wait a second. You're not really in your garage. You're wearing pajamas.
Yeah, so forget that. No garage burnout coming here.
No, for who was asking in the comments, that Trans Am does not have a Chevy engine in it. Somebody jammed a Pontiac 455 in it years ago.
That was Thumper, yeah.
But yeah, what's going on, everybody?
Yeah, I like to stagger in the guests because you don't want people to be flipping through and just say, yeah, maybe yes or no. It's like, no. You got to stick around to know what's going on.
No, and it's always nice to be fashionably late.
Yeah. When Elizabeth Taylor died, she actually gave instructions to her pallbearers to make sure she was 10 minutes late for her own funeral.
Really?
For real.
I can see that.
Did you just not realize that it's just a background?
No, I already knew from the get-go. I just wanted to call you out
I'm
for
at
it.
John.
Hot Rod Guy Garage said, I get you a quart of black epoxy sealer and spray over your bed liner. Seal it permanently and give a nice vinyl topish sheen. It will last perpetual forever. That sounds like something that someone with bodywork skills could do that I could only read about.
I'd say before we get there, I wanted to talk about that top a little bit. There was 2 cans of filler on that roof that we had to rip off with a wire wheel, and that took us a week of chipping at it. And it was so bad, as you just saw in the pictures, that we put a whole new can of filler on this roof. And how about it, Riley? I'm fixing this thing like it's under a microscope because I don't want anything to come through, only to find out the one spot I missed really bad. You can't even see it with the bed liner. It covered everything.
Yeah, the bed liner was so thick you couldn't tell any of the messed up spots were even messed up.
I'm willing to bet we didn't have to put any filler on it. The bed liner would have filled the pinholes that were in the roof.
So but, he tells me this, and I'm like, wait, so that means we didn't have to make it all perfectly silky smooth? And he goes, no, we probably wasted 3 weeks for nothing.
Well, I didn't know that. But anyway, he was talking about putting an epoxy on there and sealing over it.
That would be Hot Rod Guy Garage Russell.
Would you recommend doing so? Because I believe Riley wants to put a top coat of white paint on there to match the stripes on the car.
So this is what we decided. Everyone and their mother has been telling me to put, John, if you want to share that tab, put a white top on it.
Oh, it would make that car stand out.
This is a photo I edited with that.
Blake, this is just a gallon of Kroger spring water with 3 packets of Walmart strawberry watermelon flavor.
So this is what it looks like now, and this is what it looks like with the white that I kind of edited over top of it. And everyone's telling me put white on it. So what we're going to do is we're going to paint it white.
The white will look great.
But I'm wondering if we should put some kind of sealer in between the bed line and the paint. That's what I was kind of asking when he brought that up with the epoxy.
Well, that's what Russell said. He said shoot epoxy over it.
Well, I think he meant just to seal it from the elements.
Yeah.
Well, I'm wondering if we should seal it before we put paint on it.
That's what he's suggesting.
Okay.
Did he? I'm looking back.
Get a quarter
right over your bed liner. It'll seal permanently, give you a nice vinyl top sheen that you can last perpetually forever. Yeah, did he comment anything since?
Now, you can't see in this photo, but the car also has Chevelle stripes on the hood and the trunk. And the white top will join the stripes on the trunk. If the car was dark green with white stripes everywhere and a black top, the colors kind of contradict each other. But I was telling her, I think the white top blending into the stripes against the green, that car is going to be loud looking.
Now, Russell also says TransStar has a white epoxy sealer. Also, it dries to a semi-gloss. Engine Light Garage, that's the only way to go.
TransStar epoxy white primer sealer. $250. Ooh. Does it come out? Does it come cheaper? 1 quart, $136. See, what were we gonna use? What were we gonna use, Marty? Just some spray can,
probably white Rust Williams.
But I think we can just spray if we're just putting white paint on it. We can just spray right over top of the bed liner because it's rough enough that it'll stick.
Thank God that stuff cut down with that cheese grater because it did look like it came from a blacktop plant the other day. But it looks good now.
Oh yeah.
So you tell everybody on here.
He says, "Howdy, my bald friends."
Most cars, Mustangs, and minivans. Okay.
Yeah.
What else have we been working on, Marty?
I don't even remember. Usually when I work on stuff, I try and forget about working on it.
How about the Electra? If any of you guys have watched my videos or some of Marty's videos, you've seen my Buick Electra on the channels. And about 4 years ago, we painted the thing with black Krylon semi-gloss paint.
Yeah, we used Krylon semi-gloss, and then it looked good. And then it sat outside for 4 years.
So
but at first it looked good.
After 4 years of looking in the sitting in the rain, it has finally started to bleed back down to the original paint and primer that we put on.
Starting to. It looks like it's almost all the way there.
No, that's it. Just starting. It's been start. This is like a week ago.
That looks like you were using a pressure washer about 15 minutes before it got dark outside and said, "Screw it."
Well, if you didn't hear Riley say this picture's from about a week ago, you know what else was about a week ago and what I suggested? Go ahead and tell everybody, Riley.
What?
The Lebanon Demolition Derby.
Oh, shut up. Speaking of demo derbies, Marty.
Yeah.
Remember when I told you we went down to Baltimore like a week ago, last week?
Yeah.
This was there.
Oh, nice. Was it a Ford 500?
Yeah. Right in front of my buddy's.
Oh, look at that rod hole. Look at the rod hole in the dog leg.
Yeah.
Why do people buy stuff like that on purpose?
I don't know, but if that's got a shut-off switch in the trunk, that car ain't going to start. Do not mow.
Do not mow. Wow.
No kidding.
Engine Light says, I'm all for the bedliner on top. I had a 2000 model Yukon that was completely bedlinered. I don't have to worry about people knocking their doors into it.
Yeah.
38 POS Racing's here. Of course, we'd say hi, Chris. He came in. Max Wedge Dick Dastardly, one of the greatest YouTube usernames ever.
There's the 4-speed for the Skylark. I'm hoping we get down to the roof probably in the next week or so. I just need to get paint and do it. But after that, we can immediately start working on pulling the 350 out of it. And once the engine's out, it's to be determined if we immediately start putting the big block in or if we work on like the red Camaro or something.
I'm going to push the red Camaro back till next year.
All right.
Riley, what you should do is you should take the Skylark as is to the no name and test the times that clapped out 350 does in the 8th mile, and then bring it back next year with the big block and see what time slips change.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
What's the worst that could happen? You blow up an engine and throw it in the trash anyway?
I like it when people will bring it in stages and keep being quicker and whatever. I always think that's cool.
So Saturday is a big determining factor on what we take the no name because we don't have a trailer that can take both cars out at the moment, John. Cutlass and the Trans Am or Skylark. But we're looking at a 32-foot trailer so that we can drive them out there. It's an aluminum trailer. The guy wants like $6,000 for it.
That's a 32-footer for $6,000 aluminum. That's actually not a bad deal at all.
That's pretty good. There are other ones that are around that price range, but they're messed up in some other way. Because the problem with 2-car trailers is that they're not that popular.
Yeah.
Well,
like if
someone
because the trouble is if someone wants to move a car, they're going to buy a single car trailer. But if someone needs to move multiple cars, they're just going to get a car hauler, like a 3 or 4 car hauler.
Well, how about us? We've been looking high and low everywhere to find somebody that would rent us a 32-footer, and the only place we could find them is out in New York, New Jersey, shit like that. I say if you had the trailer, you could continue to rent it out locally here.
You could.
We're not the only people that are looking to rent a 2-car trailer.
Maybe. But we're hoping we can get this trailer, use it for the no names, and then bring it back and sell it or rent it or something.
Now, I was just joking about bringing the Skylark, but you're planning on bringing the Trans Am?
Yes.
Okay, tell the people about the Trans Am.
Let me get a picture of it.
Well, it's right behind you, isn't it?
Yeah. You dick. So the Trans Am, it's 81. Here's a better picture. 81 Daytona 500 pace car. Marty used to own. And then what's it been? 5 years about?
2019-ish.
2019. After he owned it for almost like 8 years.
I bought it in 2012. Actually, I bought it on my 20th birthday.
He wanted it gone. He wasn't ever going to get it together after working on the Cutlass and the wagon and everything. So he sold it to me for a really good deal. And I had to do fix up some things like the front bumper, the front splitter, get them repainted. Do a bunch of the rear suspension work, front shocks, fix some wiring.
What year is it?
It's an 81.
81? Okay.
It's originally a 301 turbo car, same as what's in his dad's pace car at the moment. But somebody shoved in a 455 poncho and a turbo 400 in it.
And Gabriel Red Rider shocks for like $10 a piece.
So,
shackled the rear suspension and all that stuff. And so what I did is I took the shackles off. I put air shocks on it to stretch the springs back out.
The springs went flat.
And then just this last weekend, I put new tires on it because they were getting bad. But other than that, I've been just driving it. And it's been good.
It does good. It drives a lot better now than it did when I had it. A lot of it has to do with the carburetor. When I had the car, it came with an Edelbrock economy carb on it, and it wouldn't take any adjustment. It would run hot. It would vapor lock at traffic lights. It was horrible. Riley put a Holly on it, and he changed the fan.
It'd run rich. It got like 6 miles to the gallon. The mixture screws you couldn't adjust. The needle and seat you'd mess with them and nothing would change. Not the needle seat, the mixture screw. The needle for the jet, the main needle was
idle mixture screw.
That's not idle; it's for the main jet.
Oh,
but nothing would. The car would just run like crap all the time. So I took it off and put a Holly 750 I got from Chris. The thing's been doing great. I think I get about 11 miles a gallon now, which is still bad, but it's good.
Flabbergasting to me.
Good for 455s and 410s.
Yeah, that's no joke. When I say it used to get 6 miles a gallon, it was horrible.
I didn't do the fan on it. I need to change the fan because, Marty put a Chrysler fan on it.
That's all I had.
So I need to get an actual fan from Marty, like a 7-blade, and I have a GM clutch to go on it.
Riley, what's that weird strap I see covering the rocker panels in the back underneath the doors?
That's nothing. So I also put exhaust on it because Marty ripped the mufflers off of it. A lot of these problems are, like half of these problems are Marty related.
Half?
Bumper, exhaust.
Oh, the body damage is my fault. The hole in the oil pan's my fault. The header's getting bent is my fault. The mechanical stuff, that aspect isn't so much, though, like the carburetor and it running bad.
But he destroyed these Flowmasters or whatever was on it. So I put cherry bomb vortexes like we put on everything and cut the tailpipes off because they were all mangled and messed up. And I just haven't put any tailpipes on. So now that ratchet strap going across the back is what holds the it's just a rear hanger. It just supports the muffler. Which, John, actually, I've been meaning to ask you, would that pass tech?
I was going to say, your stuff's got to pass tech.
Would that pass tech?
Just thinking that as you were saying that.
Well, see, it doesn't. The muffler doesn't move. It holds the muffler up. And the muffler, it's actually one of those little bullet mufflers, so there's not like a lot of weight on it.
I would say Deke will probably blast me for even asking him that, considering they make these things called exhaust hangers.
I was going to say, I've got hangers in the basement and clamps.
Just fix it. Just fix it.
But that's like time and stuff.
Fix
it. You could have kept your channel the name the Life of Riley, because this is what he does.
Yeah, that wouldn't be Junkyard and Petting Zoo.
I got to tell you, we run real tech here. You're going to have a battery hold down. You're going to have a coolant overflow bottle. Now's the time to get some of that jankiness out because you want to pass tech.
Look, I ride him all the time. We just start calling his cars a Riley edition. Hey, John, how are they on antifreeze?
No antifreeze. You have glycol-free coolant is okay. Really, Deacon Dallas just want to see water, but I'd say that glycol-free coolant is okay, but no antifreeze. That stuff is the hardest thing to get off the track.
Wait, is that with or without a reservoir?
You have to have a reservoir no matter what.
So you can't even have glycol if you have a reservoir?
No, stuff leaks out, gets on the track.
Oh.
I mean, I've seen a couple.
How hard is it to change? I mean, seriously. So
More time.
Glycol free, is that? Do they make antifreeze like that?
yeah, oh yeah, they do. They do.
What's it? What is it?
I don't know, but they make it. I know that the glycol stuff is very, very hard to clean off the track.
I don't know what you said because you
And
broke up the
be
last like
really good for causing a wreck.
non-coolant, non-glycol, ice water, race 1 gallon.
You can run water wetter. Yeah, you can run just water.
And are they all right with open face helmets, or does it have to be full closed?
The open face is fine. If your
Okay.
car runs 765 or slower, you can run a DOT helmet like a motorcycle helmet. If your car runs 764 or quicker, it has to be a Snell 2015 or newer.
Okay. Well, I don't think I have anything to worry about. My car's not that fast. Plus, traction is going to be an issue.
Yeah, with your ice skates.
Ice skates, they're brand new tires. They just don't grip.
Ice skates.
You know, I will gloat. I have 0 wheel hop. I found that out yesterday.
Do you want to show the video?
You can. Go ahead. Throw it up. But let's add some context. We had my Cutlass out yesterday, filming a little bit. I'm going to have an episode coming up here of like a POV drive around in the Cutlass. It'll probably come up on Sunday, but this is one of the clips that we took.
Full face for monkey bikes. That is correct.
It sounds so good.
So for those of you just joining the chat, we are in the home stretch to get 500 subscribers for Riley's Junkyard and Petting Zoo. We've got useful entertainment here to prod him on, and we're getting close. So where are we on subscribers? If you're just now joining
478.
If you're just now joining us, please share this out to your friends, your other platforms, and suggest that people go check out his channel.
Please do.
Yeah.
I'm just glad Riley's finally getting into it. He wanted to start his own channel. Because the longest time I was asking him, this is years ago, he's like, well, why don't you film me doing this on your channel? I'm like, because I don't want to put that on my channel. Why don't you start your channel? And I was like, oh, I don't want to start a channel. So finally he did, and it's good. It's starting to work for him.
And now that I'm doing it, I'm using the editing software that's actually good. And I keep trying to get him to use good editing software. And he's like, oh, no, I like my old crappy software.
I am stuck in the ways of old.
And Twisted Dennis says synthetic oils are hardest to clean up. But the thing is all of it is hard to clean up, and none of it do we want to clean up. So I'm asking people this year to fix your leaks.
I've seen a couple cars blow up the first no-name nationals. Jed's Charger lost the tail shaft.
It did, yeah.
The Candy Cane truck. I forget. He had a rod come through the block, I think.
Put up Tom's.
It had this rod come through the block.
Is that it?
That's it.
There you go.
The rod.
Hey, John, put up Tom's comment.
Asking if you will bring the Lark.
I am not going to be bringing Skylark because I've featured the Trans Am about as much as I have the Skylark on my videos, and the Skylark's just not ready. It doesn't have the big block in it. It's not going to have the big block in it. I don't have enough time. And I'd rather take the Trans Am the first year. It's kind of more set up for a drag strip than the Skylark is in its factory condition.
Especially with them gears in the back.
Tom Brown, Dougster, if you've not yet subscribed to Riley's Junkyard and Petting Zoo, check him out. If you've not yet shared his channel to your friends and network, please do. I keep wanting to see somebody bring a car that's a 6-cylinder the first year, a small block the second, big block third, power adder the fourth.
Have Chris bring the 200.
Just move on.
Thumper's asking what gears the Trans Am has. I was told, and I still believe they're 373s, but Riley thinks they're more like 410s.
I think they're 410s. You run the ratio, the calculator comes up to 410s. It feels like 410s. I have 373s in my Mustang.
Yeah, I'm glitching just a little bit. Think because we got
Yeah,
wide
you're
open.
losing
That's just me on my
connection.
end.
I have 373s in
Yeah,
my
it's
Mustang,
me.
and in the 1-to-1 gear, it's not the same as the 370 as the 410s. At
Thumper
about
wants to know
70,
what
I'm
gear.
hitting 7,500 in third gear.
Thumper wants to know what gear is out of order. Says greetings. Max Wedge Dick Dastardly says 479. Yes, Twisted, I know that.
Thumper, that's what I've been telling them. If I have another 81 Trans Am pace car rear end with a posi with 308 gears, and I was either going to put 323s in it, or now that I have this posi, I'm going to put the 308s in it. But I told him it'll run just as hard with the 308s as it would with the 410s because the engine's not trying to rev as quickly. That you can feel the engine actually try to rev, and the actual weight of the rotating assembly is holding it back.
Well, it's overexerted because it's trying to make power down low, and once it
Twisted
runs out of its
Dennis
RPM
says
band.
the 455 doesn't like the high gear.
Yes.
Well, look at the Cutlass. The Cutlass has got 308s in the back, and it dominates with them. That thing has no problem pulling whole shots and getting out of its own way. Everybody else is telling me to put big, taller gears in it.
Switch pitch converter needed. I am not putting a converter in it. The converter is good in it. I messed with the converter once in the Electra, and I regret it to this
By
day.
the way, hey guys, I'll proactively say that if I glitch out,
Oh, just like that.
Oh, we lost them.
It's just us.
No.
All
I
right,
was going to say, converter sounds like that handicap transmission speak.
Marty, he's not here. Let's start making racial jokes.
Yeah. Completely tanked John's channel. You're an asshole.
But yeah, it doesn't need a converter. It's got a good converter in it. I don't know what stall is in it.
If I had to guess, it's no more than a 25.
Yeah, it's not that tall of a stall. Heck, Jesse's Camaro stall's higher, for sure.
Well, yeah. I don't know. I know what you're talking about. Now Riley's gone.
Sorry, I did that by accident. Sorry about that.
But I know what Riley's talking about the 308s or 355s have been better with a Pontiac motor because they make all the power down low, and once you run it up in the RPMs, it's over. So you don't really want a gear that's going to make the car prosper at a higher top end of RPM.
Oh God, what happened?
Sorry about that, Ryan. That was me. I accidentally did that.
Did you kick it?
Accidentally.
You jerk.
I tried to close that other window because something's just making my computer go angry here for some reason. I thought, well, maybe that's glitching it, and it kicked you too, and I didn't know it would do that. So sorry about that.
481.
481, 19 to go.
I've gotten
Riley.
15.
Where's your banner at? I want to see this thing.
Oh, yeah, it's in the garage. Let me go grab it.
Oh, I didn't know he's okay.
All lights on.
I'm actually pretty excited to come out this year. John,
While he's doing it, I'm going to make sure he wasted his time and spoil it.
don't tell him.
I won't. I won't.
I wanted to come out last year, but I had that event out in New York, and I couldn't pass that up. So, plus my car wasn't even done. The Cutlass is still up on blocks, no motor or transmission in it.
If I went to New York tomorrow, it would be the first time I ever went.
You got to see the episode we did with the Neutral Drop boys out there.
Oh,
You ever
really?
watch- Yeah, we went on there. That's why I couldn't go to No Name last year. I was hanging out with Neutral Drop. We completely destroyed this. I think it was a 2005 Dodge Magnum. It had 96,000 miles on it.
I had no idea.
Had no title. Yeah, we were bouncing
on
off
their channel or yours or both?
both of them. We were at the Iron Triangle. We went to the Iron Triangle.
An episode with him. When was it? What is the what's the title of it?
Oh, it is.
Better yet, Lars, can you put up the link? What's the title of it?
Just type in Useful Entertainment Neutral Drop.
Okay, Lars, if you can find that and put it up, that would be awesome.
Dude, we were bouncing this car off of Jersey barriers. We broke the wheel off the car. We lost the control arm, but somehow the wheel stayed attached by the tie rod. We drove it back from LaGuardia Airport back to the Iron Triangle that way.
That's fantastic.
Are you talking about the?
Why? Yes. Why couldn't go to No Name last year? Wilburn had no idea we were hanging out with them. Riley was there too.
Yeah.
Tom Brown had a comment about a call out. I missed that.
Riley, I already seen that banner. You showed that to me the other night. You don't remember?
Did you ask me though?
Yeah, but I forgot. You showed me the other night.
Yeah, No Name Nationals.
What is that?
What?
That's half of a black banner and it's blurry. It's like
Give
a
me
David Copperfield trick gone awry.
Copperfield.
What?
Let me know if you have issues finding that video, John.
Now Lars will get it.
It was a pretty good video. Actually,
Lars has the link. So if you want to see useful entertainment and neutral drop collaboration, I'm anxious to see that.
You could put it on because it's like a minute-long intro of the highlights of the episode. You could just put on the intro to it.
I will try it. We'll see if it crashes me. If it does, I'll be back. But I'll certainly willing to try it. Riley, if you want to put that in the window, I'll put it on.
John, I don't know if you know this or not. Me, Riley, and our buddy Zach were the 110th, 11th, and 12th subscriber to that channel. We were the ones that kept pushing them.
Huh.
Now they're at what?
I was an early one, but not that early.
Zach's the one that found him. He's like, you got to see this stuff.
I think I subscribed to them when they had fewer than 1,000.
Still one of the OGs, as they like to call them.
You know what? I'm happy for them. They have a great channel.
They're good guys. They're fun to hang out with. I can call them anytime on the phone, and Brian will pick right up. What's happening?
Neutral drop.
But that was my debacle last year. It's go to No Name or go to neutral drop. Well, I want the No Name already in 2022.
You know, better yet, get the neutral drop guys to come to No Name Nationals.
They can't. They're so busy.
Oh my God, they have so much stuff going on.
They can be busy in Sykeston. They can do it live. They can have a live neutral drop destruction in our burnout pit.
I want them to visit out here.
Those guys enter the burnout contest. They would be freaking perfect.
John, we're losing you.
All right, I'm gonna try to add this. I'm gonna add this.
I think the wheel. Check the damage, please. Damage check, please.
Fixed.
Cameraman here, folks. We got Marty over here from Useless Entertainment, folks. We got Junkman over here. Introduce yourself.
I'm Riley from Riley's Junkyard and Petting.
Looks like Vince Neil.
Introduce yourself. I'm Marty's dad, Bill. There we go. And we got Stuntman. What are you doing with the knife, Stuntman? You're gonna
myself.
introduce yourself.
Clearly, I need no introduction.
Oh my! Look at that. What? Wow! What? Junkman! Wow!
It's bad if I got to deal with him. Now we got.
What's the matter with this guy?
knows
Who
these
brought this? Where you going?
Distracted. I was going to put that in my door.
He'd be climbing it, folks.
Climate change.
I got this thing sold. What's the matter with this guy? Who brought this guy?
You got to get to the part where we're behind the airport and we broke the wheel off the car.
I'm trying to get the pizza toppings on the customer car.
Oh yeah, this car had 96,000 miles on it. It's had no title and it was pretty busted up.
Ladies and gentlemen. Himself. Wait a minute. Nice. Wait a minute. This isn't. This ain't a junker.
The guy came in to get the tranny chair.
Hold on a minute. I hope this guy doesn't watch neutral drop. I hope the one time I'm going to say, I hope someone's not a neutral dropper.
Look at this pile of rubber right here.
Pizza toppings, folks. Hold on, I'll let you know. I was just kidding.
You get to the part where we plow the wall.
Trying to find it's back there.
Or the dead guy.
Driving up over the curb here.
Curbage. Oh, Oh. No, it's better. You got a better angle up there. Oh.
Now, Buff,
Oh.
they ruined this stuff, but it's because there's nothing that are really ruining it. This car had no title.
Yeah, here comes a wall.
It was
Oh.
this car had no title. It was getting scrapped either way. So whether they destroy it or not,
Oh, you might have broke something.
it's getting the what's he say? The hammer mill doesn't care what it looks like.
The car crusher doesn't have eyes, sir. The dead guy. Look at the dead guy.
He just ruined. He ruined my damn video.
That's New York for you guys.
See what happened. Stop. Let's see the damages.
I think the wheel.
Check the damage, please.
Stuntman there scared me to death
thank
one
God
time,
this
neutral
rebar-
dropping a ram one time. I thought he was going to send her.
We might have ripped.
High
I
gear
gotta
drum.
have this
I
rebar.
was
I'm gonna hit
I was in
something
New
over
York
the
for only 3 days, and I got a lot of a New York experience.
The strut got. How did that happen?
Well, and this is where me and my dad come from. So Riley finally got to understand where our driving tendencies.
To take the good stuff and scrap what's left. The problem is that these cars are so hammered with such low mileage that there's nothing good, and nobody wants them. Like everything is like no more than 10 years old.
You know, I'm sitting in here. He said,
Poor Sammy sitting in the passenger
"The
seat.
gentlemanly junk man minding his business."
New York is its own element with cars. Everything's busted up, everything's low mileage, and nobody wants it.
All right,
Any used
now
part.
that we know it's only a drive it. Let me see how it handles. Make sure it still turns.
That wheel has no
Turn the
control
wheel
arm.
A little bit. Oh.
It's just a tie rod holding it on.
Oh, all right. Listen. I'll see you later.
That always gets me.
Yeah, he heard it, folks.
Got traffic going by.
What a dummy. Good way to ruin a joyride, you schmuck.
Wait till he backs up.
Spins a tire.
Buff, if you're worried about these are cars for people who know exactly how much Sudafed you can buy at one time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be a long walk back. Hold on, see
Whoa.
if we can fix this.
I don't know how we didn't lose the wheel and lose the brake line.
Oh, do it again. Back,
The only thing holding the car up on that tire is the wheel liner.
Whoa. The control arm's out of control, folks. All right, go forward again.
We drove it back that way and we made it.
Fixed. All right, now we're gonna have to.
Too many cars to care. That's pretty much exactly how it is.
I know. Oh, what? No.
Chris Customs.
Oh, no.
No, everything's it's a whole different world out there.
Normal to me.
Well, actually, we'll tell them about
All right, listen,
Mike Hampton's
if we wanna
300.
get back with brakes and
Oh,
nice and easy.
I don't want to
man,
spoil
Got a
it.
fire hydrant they can take out.
See it.
Okay, well, then we'll save that for a video. If you want to see what we do with another 300 here in 2 weeks,
Everyone could thank
watch my video, subscribe to my channel.
Yeah, subscribe to his channel because we're going to Nebraska in a couple of weeks to do something very similar to this.
Oh,
You think you did all
I'm
right?
in the trunk.
Not bad, right?
Yeah, Riley's in the trunk of the wagon.
Yeah.
What are you? I'm a runner. What are you? We're just hoping to get back.
But John,
Without a fire.
you remember Mike Hampton?
Yep.
John, you there?
This is a extended dream.
Yes, I am. I'm glitching, but I do.
That's who we're going to see in 2 weeks. We're going to fly out to hang out with Hampton in Nebraska.
Ah, cool.
I bought a ticket to go out there. Mike paid for Marty's ticket.
Hampton really wanted me to come out, and he bought me a ticket. I was flattered. So I guess
Wow.
I guess I'm going to Nebraska.
So I'm like, well, shit, I want to go. I got nothing else to do. We're flying into Omaha, Nebraska, and he lives in Lincoln. Or is it vice versa?
I can't remember. It's either that way or the other way.
But yeah, August 15th to August 18th, we'll be out there. I've never been on a plane before, except when I was like 2 years old.
You ain't missing much. They don't allow
I'm
you
going
to
to
smoke.
close
on
out
there.
that one window, Riley. That's
Go ahead. I can do it on my end.
And the problem is, we got to be at the airport for 8:30 in the morning. I don't get up till like 2. I'm a night owl.
stay up.
So
Sleep on the
I'm
plane.
probably gonna have to stay up all night just to get on the plane.
What's funny is
8:30 's not bad.
we fly from Harrisburg to Charlotte, North Carolina, and then North Carolina to Omaha, Nebraska. But it's like, man, if I wanted to go to Charlotte, like go to the beach house we go to every year, I'd just get a flight to Nebraska for $200 and just stop and not get on the one going to Nebraska.
Well, you don't have to go to a beach house in Charlotte. So is it on the way to?
It's in Wilmington, so
Beach.
it's in Wilmington, North Carolina. So it's probably like about 2 to 3 hours away.
I'll be right back.
It's better than 8 to 10
in Charlotte.
No, the beach house we go to is in Wilmington, which is along the coast, right north of Myrtle Beach, south of Jacksonville. But it's probably 2 to 3 hours from Charlotte.
Hey, can you close that extra window?
Oh, I can stop the screen.
Yeah, if you can get there we go. There we go. It should be happier now. Buff says forget flying, drive your car.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, there's no beach in Charlotte. So where is it?
Wilmington, North Carolina.
Wilmington. Okay, that's right. You said that. Wilmington.
Yeah.
485. You're 15 subs away.
I'm halfway there.
97% of the way there.
Well, halfway from today.
Number, how is that possible that it's a 24-hour drive from Asheville, North Carolina to Nebraska? See how that could be.
Let's see. Ash, I'm actually on maps right now. On my map, straight through, it comes out to 16 hours.
Yeah.
But I'm also going from Omaha to Asheville, which is Omaha's on the very eastern border. We're going to
Nebraska, United
Lincoln, Nebraska.
States.
From
Shows 15 hours, I guess, if you're I'm sure it takes a full day.
Now, since we're on a Wilburn stream, I got to spice it up a little bit. We got to have these call outs going on. I'm going to call out Mike Hampton right now with that Monte Carlo he's putting together for the event.
Uh-oh.
I'm coming for him.
You can do that.
It's official.
Yeah, make your call out videos.
What's
Yeah,
funny is,
he already knows.
what's Riley, if you bring the lark, I will call you out. I will be registering the week before if the main channel does not meet the subs.
What are you driving?
What do you got, Tom? What's funny is that since looking at Nebraska with where Mike lives, I've been actually looking. I was looking at houses over there, see what they cost and everything, because Nebraska's right by Wyoming, where my brother's moving here in a month.
Tom Brown, what channel are you trying to get to make the subs? See, that's the thing. When people know when you register for the No Name 500, and people know what you're doing, it helps you make it. Bad Tree's been rolling around the duster. No, but we're close.
Yeah, Tom, if you're close enough, like if you're in the 400s, I'd probably register.
Close to 500.
They'll put your channel. Well, John will put your channel up on the front of his page, and
We were at 485 last we looked. Dizzy says Thumper did Times Square to LA Beach. I guess he.
my other channel is the Buick Smith channel, 71 GS350 2BRL. I assume 2-barrel.
Oh, there you go, Riley. You could race your clapped Buick 350 versus one that's maintained and
Other
like,
channels.
Well, hold up. We don't know if this one's not clapped either. It is still a 2-barrel. Plus, I did put a 4-barrel on mine.
yeah, and it's still slower than mine with the 2-barrel in my Skylark.
Yeah, but yours doesn't sound like a vacuum cleaner.
No, but Zach Corvette definitely sounds like a Hoover upright or a Kirby.
Buick Smith, you've got time. You have time.
Where you at, Buick Smith? Let me check.
A short a day makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah, I
They
did the
actually
30
put up the
days.
link for the Chevy petting zoo.
The
Yeah,
Chevy
I don't know,
Benz.
old McDonald. Something's got me locking up, but I'll be all right. 487, 13 to go.
Yeah, Riley, if you haven't figured out, it's mostly Mopar people, and they don't like Chevys.
Oh, one of them. Well, see, the good thing is I own Pontiacs and Buicks. I just subjugate the
You got
crappy
Pontiac
Buicks.
and Buick people here. Actually, if we look at the screen right now, it's Chevy, Mopar, Pontiac. I'm not sure what out of order runs, but Rob a Chevy guy, 38 Chevy guy, or at least has brought a Chevy each year. So right now, Mopar guys are not in the majority on the screen in the chat.
Was William there last year with that black 68 Charger?
Oh yeah,
I remember he won the burnout contest the first year.
yep. He tried to do a burnout in exactly the same spot the second year, and he was a little off. He was close.
There's always a third candidate, though. Riley could bring the Trans Am, the Skylark, or he could bring a 71 Ford pickup.
Levi-
that runs
I was going to say John's truck.
5 out of
He
8
used to be
cylinders.
the outsider. If you're a GM guy, we're not the.
See, if we took John's truck, we'd have to
Majority.
drive it there.
Although we've had the biggest percentage Mopar was the first year, and we've had that percentage has
I
declined.
don't know if 38
Over the
POS
last
racing. I don't know if I want to put a bunch of
two,
engines on the back
so-
of this thing.
The makes are getting to be more parity now, but there were more Mopars the first year because I'm a Mopar.
It's a 71 Ford truck, 302, running on 5.5 cylinders, 3 on the tree,
Used motor oil.
2-wheel drive. I put used motor oil in it if you watch my short. Drum brakes, manual drum brakes all the way around.
A bed from a 39 Dodge.
A bed from a 39 Dodge, ratchet strapped onto the frame. A toolbox from the 30s in the bed. Let's see. A seat out of a 90s Ford truck that doesn't really fit too good in it.
Pull up a picture. What do you mean? That seat fits perfect.
Yeah, except you're leaned forward in it.
That's probably the cab mount that rotted off. The bed's probably tilted.
Yeah, that's what it is. And it is. I'm not joking when I say I bought it from a meth head. I couldn't be more serious.
A professional meth head.
John, if you want to put that up.
Load leveler shocks in the back.
I could
70, 72, 71 or 2?
71.
71?
It gets great gas mileage because it runs on half the cylinders. It's got a wicked burnt exhaust valve. You can hear it puffing through. Oh, and the best part is when you go to start the thing up, it's got no compression, so it sounds like it's got a blown timing chain.
It sounds like you're starting it with all the spark plugs out.
Yeah.
But then it fires up.
And then it just runs. It goes put 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 put.
Yeah, you'd be sitting in traffic and go out the pasture. I go,
Dude, that thing needs a front vanity plate that says farm use.
Yeah. Well, they had actually the idea with the petting zoo is that if my dad could make $2,000 a year on the farm here, because it is registered as a farm or zoned as a farm, if he makes $2,000 a year, he can register this as a farm, and then we could put farm tags on everything. That would be the first one getting a farm tag.
It's just
They
crazy.
cracked down on
because
that in Virginia. Blake says, hide your kids. They cracked down on the farm use tags in Virginia. Too many people abusing them. Just like they're going to do on the antique tags because of people abusing them.
Yeah, Marty, people abusing them.
What? What? So what? I have 23 cars with antique tags and one car with a normal tag.
97 Subaru.
You can't drive them all at one time.
Yeah, that was my thing. It says it can't be your only car and you can't drive it every day. But they couldn't. They didn't say you can't have multiple antique cars and you just rotate them throughout the week. And they're permanent registration. It's awesome. You only got to register it once. It's $140 and it's a lifetime registration.
Well, I don't get why once you have a driver's license, why doesn't that just go to every car you have? I hate all this thing of trying to squeeze you on every vehicle.
I think re-registration's bullshit, but you definitely need inspections, especially in the Rust Belt. And a lot of states don't have it, and it's insane. When the frame finally does split in half and the car takes 3 cars out with it on the interstate, the people that drove it go, I had no idea my car was ready to rot in half.
John, do you see the ratchet straps?
Yeah, that's what's holding the bet on.
Inspection?
I'm sorry, what was that, John?
I'm only a minority of states have car inspection. I wish we could have it here.
We have inspections, but not for antiques. That's why cars are allowed on the road. Is there mileage limit on your antique? They say there is, but they don't check. That's the thing.
There used to be, and there used to be a lot more to it. Like you can't drive at night, you can't take it to schools, and they revamped the whole antique rule book like 10, 15 years ago. They didn't want you to drive them at night because they were still up to the standard of 6-volt systems with candles for headlights. Once they realized that, cars from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and all that were becoming antiques, they revamped their rules. And now you can drive them at night. They became a lot more laxed than they were. The problem they're having now is people like me that are putting antique tags on their 98 Subaru Forester.
Yeah.
Says, I will not live in a state with an inspection.
Well, I enjoy knowing the car next to me has ball joints that aren't ready to fall out from them.
I have no problem living in a state that has inspection. But I like having counties around us that have no emissions inspections. Emissions inspections is pointless. So what if I want to cut my cat off? It's my car.
How many people are running on the road with a car with no cats?
Yeah.
1%.
But safety inspection is very important.
And the other thing is, Pennsylvania for the longest time was anti getting emissions, but they were not going to get federal highway funding unless they switched to being an emissions state. So PA subdivided it. Certain counties that are like metropolitan populated counties, like, I don't know, Harrisburg City, Philly, Pittsburgh, all that has to get emissions. But if you live in some hick county, you don't have to get an emission sticker.
That's like the Rockstar stickers that John put on.
Yeah, because he's a rock star.
Are the ratchet straps holding up the leaf springs?
No, they're actually holding the bed down to the frame.
But they're like 4 inches thick. They're huge ratchet straps.
They're like 18-wheeler ratchet straps, and they're cinched tight.
And there's multiple of them.
Yeah.
That's that 39 Dodge bed I was telling you about.
The bed is solid. Like, I've had 2 engines on it at one time, and it didn't move an inch.
Oh, yeah. It's what? I don't know how thick it is, but it's all diamond plate, and it's pretty thick.
Well, I mean, it didn't, like, shake off the bed or off the frame or anything. It does have like a platform that's built underneath it that John bolted to the frame. But there's no bolts going down from the bed into the frame or anything.
No, but that bed ain't going anywhere. We were making jokes last year when we were flirting with the idea of going to No Name. Go ahead.
Levi says inspection should be left to the individuals. This world needs more responsibility.
Builds too.
The one guy asked what Trans is the Trans Am. It's a Turbo 400 with a shift kit, and the governor's not set right, so I manually shift it if I'm trying to like accelerate hard. Actually, another thing is I got from the same guy, I got a set of Corvette side, like C3 Corvette side pipes, and I'm gonna mount them up like trucker stacks on the sides of this thing
vertically.
Yeah.
I'm dark. You can't even see me in here.
witty mental inspections of all politicians.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I'd say.
Of course, the ones in power will always create the test.
Is this the political side of the podcast or the live stream? Marty, I gotta send you a video.
I don't
I've been
care.
watching
There's some people. There are some people that just freak out, like, "Oh my gosh, if you say something about Biden, I'm going to have 1,000 people unsubscribe and burn my house down." I don't care. I just don't care. I'm not wigged out about it like some people.
Marty, I gotta send you a video of this guy. I've been watching a lot of his videos. They're pretty good. Talking about history of certain politicians.
I am.
Yeah.
Okay, Wilburn. So what else does he have to look out for with tech on his vehicle? We got exhaust. We have hangers. I can get him to fix the hangers.
Well, go to the AHRA rule book.
Oh, but then I
The
gotta
track.
read.
Cooling overflow, battery hold down. Yeah, we're glitching. It's got to have a disconnect.
I'm sorry, you were breaking up. What did you say about disconnect?
I'm going to try to come in on my phone because this is crazy. It's crazy.
I know our wagon passed tech pretty good. I had a bungee cord for a battery hold down. To be fair, I think that was the worst thing about that car was the bungee cord hold down.
Nope. Won't work. We had a guy do that and was told the first year not to bring it back. He came back.
Wait, so no more bungee cord?
John's computer really doesn't like him. Okay, so I caught that. You need a real hold down, but I believe you have a rolled hold down in that car. You just put fresh tires on it. Okay, so I caught that. You need a real hold down, but I believe you have a rolled hold down. Dude, Mystery Man's in two places at the same time. Mystery Man's in two places at the same time.
There.
If you turn down your volume on that, it'll be good.
Echo.
Let's see if I can do this.
So, John, you need a real hold down?
Yes, you do.
Not a bungee cord?
You have to have a real battery hold down.
What'd you say about a guy the first year?
Oh, we had a guy that came in with a bungee cord or something like that, and Deke let him run the first year, and then the second year showed back up with it and said, "No, you've had all year to fix it." I mean, Deke gave a lot of grace the first year to things like broken windshields and stuff. If your windshield looks like a road map, you need to change it. You know, you
like
need
a
to
road
change
map.
it anyway. I mean, so
Okay. I can't think of anything off the top of my head that would disqualify my car.
Hold down?
yeah,
I have
so
a hold down.
we're gonna have another. Oh yeah, and the battery disconnect. If your battery's in the trunk, you need to have a disconnect.
Yeah, that doesn't apply to us.
Is there a gray area on that? Say you have like a 95. Say you have like a 95 Riviera where they put it under the seat from the factory.
Yeah, it's not in the trunk, so I would say no.
Okay.
What if you're like Zach's Corvette where you don't have a trunk, but it's like in that area?
It should be in a box. It should be in a box and vented to the outside.
So yeah, I get what he's saying.
Yeah. You know, I got to say, a lot of people have had to catch up on their, they've had to catch up all their deferred maintenance and stuff like that. But it's been worth it. They just got it all done. They fixed all their leaks. They got their car to pass tech, and now they just get to bring it back and have fun with it. And the car is safer, more reliable, and leaks less. everywhere. Isn't that great? I mean,
Riley sounds like Matt Happel. I wish I could be Matt Happel. That man is a legend. I suspect we'll be making multiple runs to the parts stores.
What, you?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Levi says recommend a fire extinguisher. I mean, it's not a bad idea, certainly in your drivers.
Small fire extinguisher. I'll take one from work than one of the wall hangers.
I've got a full size behind the seat in the Cutlass.
You always know somebody who's had a fire because they carry a bigger fire extinguisher.
That's me. My fire came through the vents of my dash from the radio, from the speedometer cluster. Just one big black cloud of smoke out of the dashboard.
The Camaro.
Yep, been carrying a full size extinguisher since.
Where are we on subs? Who in the chat can tell us how many subs Riley's Junkyard and Petting Zoo? Because we are trying to get there tonight. He is close.
487.
487, 13 away. Buick
Come
Smith,
on.
drive shaft loop. If you're running racing tires, be it slicks or drag radials, you need to have them. And also if you get to a certain ET, it is in the rule book.
I have a drive shaft loop off a Volvo.
That'll work. Yep, Lars Jason confirming 487 subs.
Heck, does the Lexus count of having a drive shaft loop if it has a carrier bearing?
Yeah.
Carrier bearing is not a drive shaft loop, but a CRV comes with it from the factory.
But I've seen on the
sure.
BMW, I've seen the carrier bearing wear out, and it acts exactly like a drive shaft loop.
If you have questions about this stuff, email them to me. I'll get them to Deke. But also, Deke
Don't-
is going to be on a live stream sometime this month. We have him on twice a year, once early in the season, once late in the season, and people have every opportunity. And he's going to have tech inspection open all day on Thursday now, so that we can get inspection done sooner, cruise to Lambert's a little bit sooner.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was in tech for an hour or more.
Well, it'll help alleviate the line.
Okay.
Marty, we should just run the diesel down the track with
What
the trailer.
Oh, what?
The
A
Duramax.
Duramax?
With the trailer.
Yeah.
Leighton Welding, what's going on? And Ed, I saw you speaking here earlier. I've been enjoying it, watching Ed's car get painted on Bondo Billy's channel.
Oh, Riley, I'll have to change the drive shaft in the Cutlass before we go.
Yeah?
Yeah, I want to get rid of that two-piece.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
What years had that?
What, the drive shaft?
Yeah.
I don't know what years exactly, but I think it was a Buick and an Oldsmobile thing only. I think Chevys and Pontiacs use a single drive shaft, like one piece. And what happens is they wear out, and when they wear out, it starts pulling the drive shaft little by little out of the transmission until it hits the ground. It happened on our Skylark 30 years ago when my mom was driving it. Yeah. So my dad had the drive shaft replaced with a one piece, and that's what's in the car now. So I think I'm just going to swap drive shafts with what's in my Skylark versus the Cutlass, because the Skylark is just a small block 2-barrel daily beater, and the Cutlass has got some power going for it. So I think that's the cheapest solution. Just swap them.
Is that when your mom got the police officer pulled up behind her? Your mom's like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. John, you like this story. When the drive shaft fell out of the Skylark in the late 80s, my mom was driving to work. A cop pulled up behind her on the highway, and she says, you got to get out of here. Just go, because my husband's going to be coming up the road here any minute. And if he sees me pulled over, he's just going to laugh and wave as he goes by. So he left, and then my dad caught up with her and figured out what the problem was.
Yes, the drive shaft loop has to be within 6 inches of the front U joint. Yes, indeed. Yeah, Jed used his drive shaft loop the first year.
Yeah, he did. Hey, I got to drive that car across the property while I had 18 guys pushing me. The car handled great.
Didn't lean at all.
No, but it definitely had this clunking noise under my feet. Good times. John, you ever seen the movie Gung Ho with Michael Keaton?
Oh, yeah.
I got to tell you, I thought it handled great.
Yeah.
That was my answer when I got out. I got to tell you guys, I thought it handled great.
Like when they're putting the wipers on the car with no windshield.
Safety glass.
I like that movie.
It was a good movie. That's
For-
filmed
for
out
that-
here.
For those just joining the chat, I know some of you like Leighton have just come in. Riley's Junkyard and Petting Zoo is at 487 subs. He needs 13 more to punch his ticket to the 3rd annual AHRA No Name Nationals. He's 13 away. We've come a little farther than normal tonight. It was 466 when I put up the thumbnail. So if you would, please share this with your friends. If you're not yet subscribed, go check it out. Share with your friends, and let's see what we can do. Let's see if we get to 500 tonight.
Yeah.
We are 97.4% of the way there.
Let's see, what videos have I been working on? I just put up the 2 engines video, Zach's Corvette. I probably done another video with the Skylark roof. What else have we been doing, Marty?
I don't know. I bet you if you launch a car through that house like I've been talking about.
Oh my God, let me pull up that picture.
He's got a condemned house that needs knocked down on the property. One car.
Oh man, y'all got to do it.
One car into the center wall, into the basement, would level the whole property.
You got to do it.
When did I take
Should
that
do it.
photo?
Buy a $200 car without a title and let's just send it.
Yeah, really.
His dad does not want to get a permit to remove the house, to tear it down. So he's been dismantling it piece by piece for like a couple of years now.
What?
So now it's missing a center joist and a support beam in the center, and the whole house is sagging like a banana in the
Oh
center.
man.
And if we sent the car in through that hole, it would take out the center support wall, and the whole
Yeah.
house would come crashing down.
Yeah. Find some garbage. Find a hot rotten garbage of a car. Wedge that gas pedal down, and send it.
Put a shoelace around the shifter in neutral and pull it and let it go.
Just wedge the throttle down. Okay. Channel your inner stunt man to neutral drop that thing through the window, and
All right.
send it.
John, share that tab.
Everybody in the comments, does Riley need to launch a car through that house? How about that
100%.
motorhome sitting right
Launch the car. Launch the car.
100%.
there? That wall is missing because his dad removed part of the house, so he doesn't have to get the permit.
There's a joist that was here that he pulled out, and now all the boards are sagging for the second floor. The first floor is totally gone, like it fell into the basement. There's a joist halfway into the house and then one on the other side. We're thinking we launch a car in from this side. It's not going to lose any momentum because the wall's gone. Launch all the way in, hit the center joist, and just collapse the whole thing.
Yeah.
It needs to
I'm
be
telling
done.
you, that needs to happen.
It has to be done.
That needs to happen.
And then this is the type of stuff we do in the Junkyard or Petting Zoo.
That's the type of stuff your dad does. That's a hen house on wheels made out of a car trailer or a car dog.
Boat
If
trailer.
that's ever been said before, that's a hen house on wheels made out of a car trailer.
Yeah, well, now the hen house isn't on it anymore. Now it's a portable burn barrel made out of an oil tank.
No, Marty. That's the boat trailer. That
Oh, is
got
it?
converted into a canoe trailer and now into a hen
His
house.
dad's also got an oil tank
Okay,
that's got
wait a
half
minute.
installed. hole.
Thumper just had some greatness there.
Drive that RV into it.
It's-
I would, but my dad is adamant on fixing it.
Okay,
Even
so
though
that'll
the-
never happen. That'll
The
never happen.
RV is.
But the RV is destroyed. The only thing that's good is the drivetrain and the frame.
It'll never happen. No one ever fixes up an RV once it goes to crap from water getting in it. Here's the thing though. Back that thing up. Like, how fast will it get before you're topped out in reverse? So you could just send it backwards into that at about 30 miles an hour. That'd be pretty freaking sweet.
Oh, that'd be getting 2 birds stoned at once. Destroy a mobile house and a stationary house.
Put a helmet on and get in the driver's seat. And because you got all that back there protected, just back that thing in. And if you need to hit it,
You don't even have to
4 or 5
jump
times,
out.
You make jokes, John. My dad,
I'm not making any jokes. I would do it.
I'm saying in like 77 or 78, my dad bought a 68 satellite for $75.
Yeah.
And well, he bought it to destroy. They had a big property with a big bank safe and everything else. After hitting the backing it into the bank safe 100 times and V'ing the whole back end in where the gas tank came up, He drove it into an abandoned house like that, and he forgot it had a basement. My dad ended up in the basement with the satellite.
Whoa!
Fell right in. Boom! Had to climb out.
Talk about all the cars that went into the New York Sound.
Oh no, that was a Holly Pond, but yeah, or the countless cars they launched into the pond.
No, I thought they went into the Sound.
No, Holly Pond. Well, Holly Pond is a branch off of the Long Island Sound, so technically you're right.
You wear your helmet and back through that thing with a vengeance. I'm telling you,
Dude, you got Harry's escort there. Just or one of the Kias. Just launch one of those into the thing and let it come down.
through the RV, go through the RV into the house. So one of my clients is wanting to buy this house next door to his business, and he wants to level it so he can put a tow yard in there, right? Because he runs heavy wreckers. And I said, all I ask is one thing: if we get that house, you got to let me launch a car into it. I told him that.
What about Marty, the bar that we go to? They bought the house next door just so they could get more parking.
Oh yeah, well they needed it, but yeah, the Madre makes that money. We've got one bar in the area that knows they know how to run a business, and they run all the other bars around town out of business because they know how to run a business. Really cheap drinks. They're overpoured. You can smoke inside, and that's it. Every other bar around here struggles.
This started life as a boat trailer or like a jet ski trailer, and then it got converted into a canoe trailer or kayak trailer where he put a post here and a post here and some off sticking out posts to put kayaks on. And then he cut those posts off and then built this chicken house on top of it. And then he backed the chicken house down around the side here. But Marty's mentioning the burn barrel. Let me see if I can find a picture of that.
By the way, we're at 489 subscribers.
Here we go.
11 away.
Here's the burn barrel. This is an oil tank my dad cut the lid off of and then chained it down to this dolly, and he just drives around the property and throws sticks and tires and, well, not tires, but sticks and stuff into it. And he'll have this thing roaring where the back of the truck's like hot, real hot to the touch.
Oh yeah, it definitely melted the taillights on the Toyota.
It did melt the taillights.
The passenger side's melted.
It's not
anyway.
Melted. It's
Find the one part in this video where you were keeping Zach's lawnmower alive with starting fluid. While he pushes it, you follow him with the can of
the very
starting
start.
fluid.
It's at the very beginning.
This is years ago.
This is when Zach was single.
All right, so here's how you mow your grass when the lawnmower doesn't stay running on its own.
They cut the whole front yard doing that.
We didn't cut the whole front yard.
You cut almost the whole front yard doing that.
No, we didn't.
Then how did he get it done?
Because he had a riding mower.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. We did just this you see in the video.
Well, why'd you do that? I thought you guys couldn't figure out how to cut the grass.
No, we were just messing around with the mower because Zach couldn't get it running.
Okay.
See that we lunged to keep spraying? This is One-Eyed Cat. Please subscribe.
Yes, Wendy, that's exactly what it looks like they're doing.
What's up, folks?
Oh, that was, I don't know,
That's
5-6 years ago.
That's first class. If you are not yet subscribed to Riley's Junkyard and Petting Zoo, that is the kind of awesomeness you're missing out on right there.
Yeah, really.
But he's 11 subs away. 11 subscribers short.
Come on.
466 before the live, and we're at 489 now.
Riley, you coming over here after this or no?
Nah.
If you have yet to send this out to your friends and tell them to check out his channel, it's a good time to do so. And it looks like we got a good chance of having the highest graduation rate ever for the No Name 500 this year.
How many you at? How many registered?
I don't know on the No Name 500. It's usually about 70%. It looks like it's going to be higher than that this year. Total registrations, we'll see. 'Cause there's a whole lot of people that just say, "Well, I'll register the last week if I don't," and so you never have any idea. We're on course to have about the same turnout as we've had the last 2 years, though. Leighton Weldon said he had to start a new account. Why is that, man? You're at 490. 10 to go.
10 more. 10 more.
10 more. You're in the home stretch.
Oh, don't lie, Riley. Remember when you were saying the other day, if you didn't meet the subs, you're just going to make bot accounts?
Shut up. That was Harry. We should get hard box in the comments.
Leighton, you're 489 away again. What happened to your channel?
Yeah, I didn't see it go up to 490.
Leighton's 489
Oh,
away.
491. 491.
Wait, you think I should subscribe to Riley?
What?
I promote you.
38 I do, but the problem is that people just register when they want to, and if I give you a number, it's people will misuse that data because so many people register at the last freaking second, and then we have a bunch in the beginning, and they register different the first year and the second year, third year. So all it will be is data that is bad and useless and awful. It won't help a thing. So I don't like to put that out there. What I'm telling you is, though, is you've seen the turnout we've had the first 2 years, and we were definitely on course to have that this year. Our numbers are fine. It's just that I can't assume this person will come if they're not registered. Then somebody will register out of the blue I didn't know, and we can't get good data off of it the way people are all over the place with the registering because they've started to take registering for granted. They didn't take it for granted the first year, and it was more steady coming in.
John, I can register at the door. I can get tickets.
You did the first year. You have to do it online. You have to register online. You can register on your phone online at the door, but see there again. Like right now, I can't give you a number that includes Marty, even though Marty says he's coming. So
it's because in case it's going to rain all weekend, I guess I won't go. But
right.
What is the idea with that?
That's why just the stats don't.
What's the plan if there's like a hurricane in town that whole week?
Hey, rain or shine, we come to have fun with each other.
I guess we could do slideys out back with the burnout box.
Statistically, that event is really good for not having a high chance of rain. Statistically,
late September. I'd say late September. You're pretty good on not having rain.
Mike Iben, the torque converter whisperer. How's it going, sir?
Speaking of which, Marty, you say you promote my channel, but you didn't put my channel in your video where we went and got those 455.
Lars said 492 and then
you made your own video.
And I'll tell you, I don't know
put
if
it in there.
I don't know if he's watching.
7 away. Come on.
Unfinished project likes to be number 500, so we'll see.
Speaking of which, if we don't get this trailer, did I mention about going in the enclosed?
Yeah, you did.
We'll take the enclosed, back the Cutlass out and sleep in the enclosed trailer. I'm going for the full camping setup, John.
Yeah.
We do this whole thing at this farm at my family's where we all go out in the farm field and we camp out in the forest and stuff. So I'm just gonna do the same setup I do out there.
Yes, Riley's a professional homeless. We know this.
Yeah, well, who are you going to go for tips, Marty?
John was going to say something.
Go ahead, John.
I was just going to say we're just having fun. It's a content creator family reunion. It's a cookout at a drag strip, and we're just there to hang out. So to me, if it rains, it rains. We make the most of it. But that said, statistically, it's a really low chance. And out of those days, we probably get some racing in somewhere if it rains, but.
Plus, they have showers there and everything.
Yeah. The weather's been beautiful, though.
I'm saying the track has a shower and bathroom facilities and all that stuff, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, sure does.
If you put that picture up, I think I've shown you this before. The stream, the screen share.
Oh, John, should we tell Riley that you showed us the banner while he went and got his?
Oh, you dick.
It's up to you. You showed us this banner that just it looked like an AI banner. Going, oh yeah, I've seen that.
Tell me that doesn't look like the New Yorker from Trailer Park Boys. It just needs to be green and missing a door.
This is my plan for No Name Nationals: sleeping under a tarp, hung up in the trees.
Hey, you know what, John? That's a pretty big property they have out back of like the shutdown area of the track where you guys do the burnouts.
Mm-hmm.
They should have a semi-small demolition derby section there. Not for your normal car you'd bring, but if people were to bring 2 cars, Riley, we could have brought that Cobalt that was on your property.
Yeah. Heck, we could bring one of Harry's cars. This is my plan for No Name Nationals. Set a tarp up in a tree or something and sleep with it hooked up to the car.
Hey, Thumper, or not Thumper. Hey, Ray, that Thursday it was Wednesday. The event was great. It rained right before, but it was fine. It was great. The weather's been beautiful every year.
I love going to the farm here. You get the lake in the back and everything. It's so nice. Marty had a fun time there, didn't you, Marty?
I had no right time. Once I figured out they had indoor plumbing, I was all for it. I'm not one of those outhouse users. I'm too bougie for that.
So you're a London, France guy, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
I'll crap in London, I'll crap in France, but before I crap there, I'll crap in my pants. Something like that.
Look, I am useless without my beauty shower. If my house was on fire, I would still take a shower before I evacuated.
You're 496 subs.
Yep, I see that.
And if Unfinished Project is lurking, he usually is the 500th.
I joined the rain. Well, then I'm subscribed.
This is where it slows down just a little bit because people posture around to be last, and then it jumps over 500.
Just subscribe. You're not getting anything special.
But they do that.
I don't give out prizes.
Dude, it's like an auction. People hold out till the end. Well, I'm glad we got that out of the way.
Marty, you ever watch Stand By Me, the movie?
Yeah, a long time ago. I seen it once.
I'm going to watch that again.
I just know that it's got Mouth from the Goonies in it.
Mean Street Mopar, who is also running the No Name 500.
Mean Street, that's like Van Halen.
Man, it's last call. By the way, we have our last content creator workshop this Sunday with Buck Does It. It's going to be 5 p.m. Eastern. Content creator workshop with Buck Does It. Now's the time to make the press. If you're going to do it, you got to do it. And if you don't make your 500 subscribers, because Riley will probably get hung up at 98 and get stuck there, until
for a week.
Yeah, probably. But if you don't get your 500 subscribers, you still have a spectator ticket inclusive of your registration. And of course, you can still go to Lambert's and participate in the car show.
Was there a car show at Lambert's the first year?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Huh.
Sure was. So as soon as we got tech done, we'll be filing in over there. And good time.
Yeah, while we're out there, we got to promote Jay's Fried Chicken because that place is really, really, really good.
Mm-hmm. Is it like Dave's Fried Chicken?
No, better. Much better.
Lake Welding, you don't have to do the 500 over again, but what happened to your channel? $498. Lars has you at $498.
$498.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah,
all right, nobody else.
Two more.
Nobody else subscribe. Just leave them hanging there like a cliffhanger.
No, Marty, screw you. Screw you. Don't unsubscribe from Useful Entertainment and subscribe to me. $4.99. Subscribe now.
Come on, people.
You remember that meat wagon they had?
Delete another channel and email and deleted the wrong one. Oh, ouch.
Oh God.
Oh, that was a costly right click.
Oh, $4.97. What the heck? We're going back.
Oh,
That was me. I unsubscribed.
Oh, that was Chris. Come on, Chris. What are you doing?
Come on, I can bring him down to 496.
You know, I could go to 495. Hang on.
Wow, here we go.
Just start
Oh,
tacking
now
dollars
we're
onto
at
his freaking bill.
495. Now we're at 495. Who wants some? You dicks.
This is good.
You know, I'm gonna start my own no-name nationals.
For what? People with 495?
Ah,
It's gonna be you're gonna have 501 subs.
John, you remember that Pontiac meat wagon they had there? The first no name.
Yeah. Jay's.
That thing
Yeah.
was. I was just looking at my no name video the other day with my brother. That was a really cool car.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I like it. Wow, Leighton, I can't believe you just deleted your channel. That's wild.
At least it wasn't a bank account.
Ah.
Yeah, anyways.
Ouch. Ouch.
So I don't hear too much from Testa hiding back there behind the curtain.
Anyways.
498.
What's Chris plan on doing when he goes out
Yeah,
there?
I was going to say, out of order garage, YouTube can get your old channel back. You can. If you email YouTube, they'll get it back for you. You can get it back. It's stored, actually.
Yeah, Chris, what are you taking out? The Chevelle?
Yeah, he's gonna take the museum piece.
I would try to do that, Leighton.
He's just scared of the Trans Am.
I would email YouTube support. It's gonna take a lot of back and forth, but you can get it.
He doesn't want to race Firebird versus Trans Am. Blowing your doors off. $4.99. Oh yeah.
All
Hey,
right. Unfinished
tab-
project. Since I'm using my phone for backup.
put the tab
Can't
up,
give you a heads
Wilbur.
up. There you go. You got it. 500. Who was 500?
Wait, so what happens if he's at 500 and he
I
drops
knew
back
it.
below?
I knew it. I told you.
Woo! No name
Video
bound.
proof.
No name bound. 501.
Yeah, you'll get like 505 now because all these people are jockeying.
Yeah, anyways.
I told you he would be 500. He's the ninja. See, James says 500, but I'll tell you what, unfinished project, he almost always provides video proof of such.
Hey Riley, you know what I think? Since
What?
you hit 500, we need to go to the Mondre to celebrate.
Oh, you know, why is it every time I want to go, you don't?
You
Oh,
got
no,
bad
I'm back to
timing.
500.
That's it, guy.
I'm back to 500.
That was me. That's good.
Guys,
Congratulations.
What
you
it
got
take?
it. You got it. Congratulations.
I'm gonna check out my sub analytics over the last 2 years. See more.
Here, we'll go back to another gung ho reference.
Thumper is
Congratulations.
correct. Thumper is correct. Celebrate by driving an RV into a house.
Anyways,
It has to be done. The rest of the internet's telling you to do it, Riley. We have plenty of junk cars. John, I'm just curious. How old is that picture of you for your thumbnail? Because it doesn't look like you.
Oh, it is. It's 2009. It's just old. I don't care.
I think it's the facial hair where you got the scruff coming in.
I've fallen apart a whole lot in 15 years. I'll tell you.
I think we all have.
I mean, I would have been 32 there.
They should. Hey, 2009 to 2024 is the same distance from 79 to 94.
Okay.
That's a crazy way of thinking of it.
Well, I graduated high school in 94.
Oh, yeah? You're young.
Lars was born in 94.
see, my parents got married in '94. Actually, this year's their 30th wedding.
Oh, my parents graduated in 77.
Well, hey, my dad graduated in 76.
Yeah.
I was born in 77.
And then my mom in 90.
77, you said?
Yeah.
Oh, he's like Junior's dad's age then. Okay. I'm just
And
figuring out what
Nicholas-
age group I place people into.
Yeah, I gotta comb through the rule book, Dizzy.
John's an early Gen Xer.
Just off the
No,
top,
he's a late Gen
Yeah, I'm
Xer.
a late Gen Xer, yeah.
off the top of my head, the only thing I think I like desperately need to do is the hold down and the coolant and
The exhaust.
the exhaust.
Fast staying. It could be worse. I could look like Rich, but I would have jumped off a bridge before it got there, so don't worry about that.
Take a picture of this, send it to the.
Lars put up register buy tickets for the 3rd annual AHRA No Name Nationals. The link is up. Guys, we've got business done. We got 500 subs. We can hang out a minute and see if these folks got anything else. But mission
Well, thank you
accomplished.
everybody for getting them to 500. It's much appreciated.
It's fun to do it this way, I think.
Well, I think it gives it a sort of a meaning also. It's not just random subs coming in when they do them, when they don't, you know?
Yeah.
You get to see who's subscribed, and they'll tell you, "Hey, I just subscribed, etc."
I remember my first 100 subs, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, people watch this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Celebrate by driving the RV into the house.
I remember when Neutral Drop hit their they hit 2,500 subs, and then every day they were getting 1,000 subs.
They blew up in September of 2019 while I was out in Connecticut.
I thought it was when we were at ZZ Top.
September of 2019. They started to blow up when I was out in Connecticut earlier because that's when they did the 5th gear clutch dumps with the Honda. And that's the video that sent them over the top.
Yeah, but I remember we were at ZZ Top and we were sleeping off the hangover the next day, and we're like, hey, they're at 4,100. Then 30 minutes later, hey, they're 4,300. Hey, they're 4,800.
And what month and year did we go see ZZ Top?
I'm just saying, Marty. I'm just mentioning that's what we did.
Yeah.
But that was pretty cool. That now they're sitting. Where are they at?
I'm just happy we got to see ZZ Top at Dusty Hill.
Anyways, they're at 306,000 subs.
Well, John, I got a funny story to tell. It's not a long one, but okay. So shortly after we went to see ZZ Top, a year later, Dusty Hill died. And a couple months after that, I went to this new machine shop that I'd never been to before, that everybody else, like Chris, uses and everybody. And they've got this big cardboard cutout of ZZ Top, but Dusty Hill's missing. And I was like, wait, did you cut him off because he's dead? And they're like, no, we got the poster that way.
Wow.
Do you guys think I should keep the 254 open gears in the GS 308 Posi or 332 open? I have 335 Posi.
And what? You're at 323, fool.
In the Skylark? No, I got 331s.
No, you got 323s.
Maybe I'm remembering wrong. Anyway, something around there.
You went from a 256 to a 323.
But I put the Posi in it. Why would you do the open? Just put a Posi in it.
Maybe he wants to drive in the snow and not wipe it out sideways.
That's no fun.
Ooh. Remember, you didn't put the Posi in, Damien did. But remember, you didn't bolt the wheels on correctly, and we lost all the lug nuts on the highway.
Whoa. Here we go.
I keep hearing these sleigh bell noises, like sleigh bells. I'm like, what is that noise? Ta-ting, ta-ting, ta-ting. Then the wheels start vibrating, the car's shaking. I'm like, we're on the highway. I'm like, you need to pull over. We're losing a wheel.
We were fine.
We were stranded until you had to steal lug nuts off my Cutlass and have my dad bring them to us.
Yeah, fine.
Nobody died and the car didn't get hurt. I guess it was fun. It was funny, that's for sure.
Guys, get us a final sub count, and we're gonna wrap up. And this has been a blast. This is a fun way to do it.
Well, thank you for having me, John.
Yeah.
Hey, oh yeah, of course.
Marty, you are right. 323s.
That's the first thing Riley asked. Hey, can Marty be on? I said, of course. But let's bring him in a few minutes after
Yeah.
to ambush everybody.
Fashionably late.
I like the ambush thing.
Well, I got my wish. I said hopefully you had somebody get on,
Wow, here we go. I'm sitting at my thing still says 500.
That's because I unsubbed.
It will audit you when you get a bunch at once, so it might drop a little bit tonight, but it doesn't matter. You're in.
What? Wait, it's gonna delete all my bot accounts?
It might pull a few back and then they'll trickle back in. That's normal when you get a bunch at one time, but it doesn't matter. You're in. It's good. So
Urine.
Urine.
Exactly.
Oh, before everybody goes and we shut down the stream, I have to tell everybody out there watching, it's a very good, fun game you can play. Good, clean fun. On your way driving to No Name Nationals, point out all the cars on the road you pass and add the word anal to every car name. Ford has a bunch of them. They have the Anal Explorer, Anal Expedition, Excursion. My personal favorite is the Honda Odyssey, the Anal Odyssey. That's a good one. Dodge has the Rampage.
The Rampage is easily the funniest.
That's just a fun game you can play on the way to No Name.
Driving through
Thank you. I can
Kentucky.
never hear that now.
Driving through Kentucky, and we're gonna go through Ohio this time because last time they went through Kentucky in the mountains. In a caravan.
Yeah, and so now I'm thinking of a Chevy Volt, thinking of getting a cattle prod and a poop chute now. Thanks, Marty. I appreciate that. I won't sleep tonight.
You'll never look at some cars the same ever again.
No, will not. I sure will not.
Dude, when they named the probe, that's all they were thinking about.
Sure was. Some guy at Ford is like, well, I got the ultimate one over on them before I go over to GM.
They probably like, oh, this would be funny. Oh, wait, they're serious.
What about the Escape?
No, that's on Rich's channel. or Guns.
Oh no! What about the Plymouth Breeze? I never even thought of that one before.
Yeah.
All right. Well, like I said, thank you for having me on as a featured guest.
Didn't GMC have a canyon? Hey, with that, we're out. Thank you guys for coming out tonight. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for coming.
Riley,
see everybody later. I'll see you at No Names.
Get me to 500.
And we are out.
Awesome. Anal Canyon.
I still think Excursion's good. But the Odyssey, the Anal Odyssey, you can't not. Oh, you need people with their mind in the gutter every once in a while.